We have this opportunity to say to children, like, look around your world, open your eyes, pay attention. Where is fun going on around you? Where is God's presence happening around you? And what does it look like to really look for that and to keep paying attention to that as you continue to grow up?
Welcome to the Jesus Storybook Bible Podcast, a place where we remind you that grace can rewrite any story, that hope shines a light through our darkest moments, and that God's love changes lives. Here's your host, New York Times bestselling author, Sally Lloyd Jones.
Hello, I'm Sally Lloyd Jones, author of the Jesus Storybook Bible, which tells the story of God's never stopping, never giving up, unbreaking, always and forever love. Welcome to the show. Author, podcast host, and writer Annie F. Downs is our guest today. I first met Annie in Nashville, and as anyone who knows Annie will tell you, one of the first things you notice about her is her smile and her infectious laugh and her joy. So it's very fitting that today Annie shares with us about the power of gratitude and joy and laughter in our lives and in our faith. I don't know about you, but sometimes I think we do get this idea that we're supposed to be very somber and serious when it comes to faith and God. But Jesus said something so beautiful to his friends on the night before he died. He said, "I've told you these things so that you will be filled with my joy." Yes, so your joy will overflow. Joy was the whole reason Jesus came. So we could know his joy, the joy he had from the very beginning of time. And then there's something more. It's not that it's all about our joy. The Bible also says Jesus ran the race of life perfectly for the joy set before him. But what possible joy did he, the eternal Son of God, not already have in heaven? That he had to come to earth to win. Me. You. We are God's joy. Frederick Buechner puts it this way: the grace of God means something like, here is your life. You might never have been, but you are, because the party would not have been complete without you. Here is the world. Beautiful and terrible things will happen. Don't be afraid. I am with you. Nothing can ever separate us. It's for you I created the universe. I love you. So, joy isn't pretending suffering isn't there. It's so much deeper, isn't it? It's so much stronger. And we'll get to hear from Annie about the ways she finds joy in her life, even when things aren't going great. And she also shares some of her favorite passages from the Jesus Storybook Bible. And one of them is Psalm 23, the prayer that so many turn to for comfort in the face of great suffering. Let me read to you from Psalm 23. God is my shepherd, and I am his little lamb. He feeds me, he guides me, he looks after me. I have everything I need. Inside, my heart is very quiet as lying still in soft green grass in a meadow by a little stream. Even when I walk through the dark, scary, lonely places, I won't be afraid, because my shepherd knows where I am. He is here with me. He keeps me safe. He rescues me. He makes me strong and brave. He is getting wonderful things ready for me, especially for me, everything I ever dreamed of. He fills me so full of happiness, I can't hold it all inside. Wherever I go, I know God's never stopping, never giving up, unbreaking, always and forever love will go too. So, without further ado, please welcome my friend and now yours, Annie F. Downs.
Hey, I'm Annie F. Downs. I am an author, a podcast host, and a speaker based here in Nashville, Tennessee. I think the Bible can be really fun. I mean, as a person of faith who's been reading the Bible a long time in my life, I do find myself laughing at times, thinking, man, what was that like? And how did that scene come around? And so I think the better we get to know God, the more we see a lot of sides of his personality. And if we were really made in his image, then the people that we love and love being around that are funny and that are fun and that are full of joy reflect a part of God's personality. So everyone that we meet and every experience we have emotionally is reflected as we are made in the image of God. And so that helps me remember that like every part of me, every part of my personality, the way we were uniquely made is a reflection of God. And so then when we think about fun and when we think about how we connect that with our spiritual lives and how we connect that with better understanding of God, for me personally, it is about paying attention. It's about having open eyes to my whole day. On a day that might start challenging, can I look with my eyes at all and see beauty at all in the day? Can I find fun? Can I make fun? Can I set aside 10 minutes to go on a walk just to be outside, right? Yeah, I think one of the things that people kind of naturally do is assume that our spiritual lives aren't connected to fun at all. And the reality is when we're having fun, we really are very vulnerable. If you think about how you are on a roller coaster, or if you're out with your friends, having a meal or playing a sport, you're really kind of open and available. And also fun really leads to a lot of connection in people's lives where you're connecting with other people, you're connecting with memories. And all of that just circles back to deepening your spiritual life. When you're vulnerable, when you're connected, it gives the Holy Spirit a chance to kind of speak to you, to show you what's going on, maybe tell you something you don't already know. Fun looks so different, whether you're with your family or your friends, your classmates, the people you are in church with, and when you're alone. I think the real honest question to ask ourselves is, what sounds fun to you? I mean, that question can go a really long ways. And so that's the same question you can ask when you're with a group of friends, or when you're with your family, or when you're with a bigger group, or if you're just with one person of like, okay, what sounds fun to us? And really pay attention, really listen. And in a lot of ways, the answers could be the same. Playing basketball could be fun no matter who you're with. It's just going to change how the game goes, right? Cooking can be fun, whether you're by yourself or you're with your family or you're cooking for a whole bunch of people, helping and volunteering at your local homeless shelter. It's the same activity. It just changes its shape of fun based on who you're with. And so we have this opportunity to say to children, like, look around your world, open your eyes, pay attention. Where is fun going on around you? Where is God's presence happening around you? And what does it look like to really look for that and to keep paying attention to that as you continue to grow up? Oh, I love the Jesus Storybook Bible. I mean, I was gifted it a few years ago, maybe when it came out. And I absolutely love Sally's language and the way she has retold some of these stories. I particularly think of like Psalm 23 and the creation story and the birth of Jesus. There's just some of those that really stand out to me. And for me personally, one of my favorite ways to interact with the Jesus Storybook Bible is the audiobook. I really love, if I am working on something in my house, if I can't fall asleep, if I'm struggling in some way and I put that on in the background, it's really such a gift to help me with peace and to help with joy. And, it says in 1 Timothy chapter 2, it lists a couple of different ways for us to pray. And one of them is thanksgiving. And I feel like when we're having fun, it's really easy to kind of put on the back burner, not make disappear, but put on the back burner the things that are hard and the things that are painful, and laugh together and celebrate together and have an opportunity to thank God even on the hard days. I think it's that constant reminder that we can hold joy and sadness at the same time. We've seen it in movies. We've talked about it with each other and with our friends, and we've read it in books, but it is really possible and actually makes for the most healthy life to hold joy and sadness together, to not require one and ignore the other. It is an absolute decision. It's an absolute choice at times to say, I can find some laughter, some humor, some joy, some fun in this really hard day. It is not to pretend that there is not pain. It is not to imply to ourselves or anybody else that we are ignoring the pain, but it is these opportunities to go, okay, can I stop today and do one thing that sounds fun? Can I talk to my family about what sounds fun to them? Can we, on a day when we're frustrated or grieving or worried, say, okay, let's just take a 5-minute pause, or let's take a 10-minute pause. Let's go outside. Let's go on a walk. Let's play a game. Let's make something in the kitchen. Let's just do something that creates a moment. And so again, it's not pretending that the pain isn't there, and it's certainly not trying to cover it up, but it's just inviting fun to come alongside the rest of the experience. And so for me, the way you put together fun with, and remembering that life is a gift, is that to hold both those things, to think, man, today is really hard because of these 3 things, and today is a gift because of these 3 things. And so usually for me, one of the things that I can always thank God for is a conversation that made me laugh, or a moment where I was outside and got to experience nature, a moment where I felt loved or seen. And so finding those fun moments in your day really honestly leads to a really balanced life for people of every age. Now, kids come by it so much easier, right? Like they get home from school or get finished with their schoolwork, and the first thing they want to do is play and have fun. And adults, we just have kind of lost that priority. And so it's an opportunity and a real gift to really practice the presence of fun in your life.
You can get the Jesus Storybook Bible wherever books are sold. To find out more about the book and all of Sally's other books, please visit Sally at sallylloyd-jones.com and follow her on Instagram at Sally Lloyd Jones and at Jesus_Storybook_Bible.
Before we go, don't forget, God loves you with a never stopping, never giving up, unbreaking, always and forever love.